Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow, like, and share. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Her Version. The Her Version platform is built on storytelling and the understanding that many times our greatest learning experiences come from listening to other people's stories. Today, I'm speaking with an amazing woman named LiYing Lim. LiYing is the founder of When Still Waters Speak and is a transformation mentor and divine energy alchemist. LiYing is here today to share her thoughts on the mind, body, and spirit conditioning that is happening all around us, even without us even realizing it. Her journey is one of a suppressed voice, body image issues, and perfectionism. With a career in the fashion industry, she is no stranger to the bombarding thoughts and images that surround the female culture of beauty. She joins us today to share her real thoughts on living on purpose and embracing our authentic power. Welcome, lady. How are you? I want to ask, as where you've gone in your journey and all of these new learnings that have come to you over the last, years or however long. What do you think is the number one lesson up to this point that you've learned about life?
Ooh, so juicy. Number one lesson is really, it's funny. I would just sum it up as like, never chase, never chase, just never chase. Don't ever chase. I know it goes against the grain of so many things. It's like chase after your dreams, blah blah blah. I've certainly done it before. I've chased after people as well. But that is the number one lesson I've learned because I've learned that when you are in flow, honestly, like just everything happens. And it's a beautiful state to be in. And I want to be in that more than ever now.
So if they're not chasing, what should they be doing?
Really coming to your sense of who you really are. I think that is all we all need to do. That's really all we need to do. Like, even as I know for you, for example, Sabrina, you probably have different identities. You're a boss, and then you're a mom, and you perhaps you're a wife, and a daughter, and all of us have all those identities. But and this is the question I ask myself every single day, like, how can I fuse my true self, my truth into all of those things and still feel like I'm in integrity? Because I don't ever want to change my sacred container for anyone else. And that is coming from love. It really is. And I think if they really, truly, truly embrace you for who you are, they will respect that, even your family. And that is something I had to learn in a hard way, but I just want to put it out there. It is possible. It really is. My mom, she had, I told you that we hadn't had the best relationship, but now we are really truly like tight and close. And she came to one of my tea ceremonies, and I remember sitting through it. She was just like clueless, like she was like, I have no idea what's going on here. But after the ceremony, she came to me and she said to me, I really don't know what you're doing, but I know this is really important and I will support you in any way. And I think that is it, because I'm just doing what I need to do, and I just invited her. You want to come, you come. You don't want to come, it's fine, right? And she came. And that is the kind of flow I want you to be in. Like, you know who you are. That's it. That's it. And come from love always. That's it.
That's awesome. The dynamic of the difference between your personality and your mom's personality, how does that how does that feel to you?
Hmm. I don't think, I mean, it seems different, but on many levels, I am so inspired by her, to be honest. Like, she's a go getter, she's an action taker. And I think so much of me is kind of like, I've taken so much from her in that sense, but there's so much about her that I'm so inspired by as well, you know? And yeah, I don't know. I just have so much love for these people. Like, I really have kind of cut the karmic cords in a big way. And I want to put this out there because we tend to blame so much on our parents, you know, especially in the wellness world. It's always like, oh, your parental wounds and things like that. Yes, they are valid. But I think if we could just take a look at the ancestors that we had and what we are carrying in us, that's their strength, and really embrace that. And in a big way, we're actually releasing our ancestors from those wounds as well, you know. And that's where I want to be, and that's how I feel right now. So much big love for all of them, you know, including my grandmother, which I didn't have a good relationship with either. I had a lot of conflict with the women in my family, let's just put it that way. So now to speak to you in a way where I'm truly embracing of sisterhood and working with women, it's like, wow, like every single thing I learned was actually to lead me to this space, you know, to see the wounds lit up my city, you know. So that's how it is. And it's
Yeah.
available for everyone too.
Yes. So we have, I wanted to just take a moment to thank those that are watching live. We're almost at an hour right now. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening in to LiYing's journey and the things that she has encountered and overcome in her life. Transcended from. I don't know how to use that in correct context. I'll have to figure that out.
Cool.
But I want to ask you, you know, the like you kind of stated earlier, the audience that we have listening right now comes from all different sorts of backgrounds, which
Mm,
that's the way it is with any, you know, any platform. People are pulled to our story from all different types of backgrounds.
mm,
You and your mom do things slightly different. Obviously, you and I do things slightly different. In your opinion, you know, there's women listening right now that are intrigued by what you're saying. Obviously, they've been hanging out with us. They're pulled towards you. They're resonating with what you're saying. However, they're from different backgrounds, and I want to ask, in your opinion, at what point are we good enough?
ooh, you're good enough already. I honestly mean this in every way. By the way, I work with women of all kinds of background and age, and you know, I speak in a way where I did never thought sometimes, you know, going back to at the beginning of my journey, I never thought I would work with women even in their 60s or in their 40s, but I have, and I had to kind of overcome my own um, kind of my own blocks in that way, right? But I transcended, but you know what I mean. Um, so wow, like I truly believe this wholeheartedly is that you are already whole, and I say this all the time to my audience. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to repair you. I'm here to remind you of your wholeness. And that is what we are all here to do. Even the word healing, for me, what it means is to ascend you in your consciousness. It's not about healing you because you're broken, because it goes back to the same thing, like those unlit parts in your city, they are here to show you what is needed to be seen now, and they always unfold in the most timely fashion, never before you're ready. So you are good enough, you're always already good enough. Honestly speaking, you have to embrace that as a truth, embody that, because that is how people can feel in your energy, that is how people are magnetized to you. And yeah, like really, what's with fake it till you make it? Like, let's put that aside right now, you know, for good. Like, really, you don't have to just show up. You know, your messiness is what makes you authentic, and that is why I had to embrace myself as well, you know, coming from anorexia where I wanted to be perfect, which is non-existent. We are perfect as it is. We are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit more about what you do? I know your website is above your head area, whenstillwatersspeak.com. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do, who you help, and why you do it?
Ooh, I love that. Thank you. So, as you have introduced me, I am a divine energy alchemist and I am a ceremonial keeper of the way of tea. And I help creative feminine leaders to really live on purpose in their authentic power so that they can fully align with freedom, their own unstoppable vision, and abundance, because that's what we all want in our lives. And it is absolutely available in every way. So my work is really centered around ceremony, ancient wisdom of the plant medicine that I work with. It's something that's super gentle so that you can incorporate into your daily life and you can start to see the extraordinary in the ordinary so that you're not constantly chasing after the next high. You're learning to come back to understanding what is your intuition feel like? How do you work with your mind and your body and your spirit? And it is deeply, deeply illuminating. You know, that is going to set you on a path for life where you're always, always deeply in tune with your vortex of stillness. That's what I call it. So I really want that for every woman because we have a superpower in us. It's right here. It's right here. And our body, everything we have that the society has asked us to fix, those are our superpowers. And so we're going to work with that as well. We're going to learn how to move the energy in our bodies in the way that I kind of introduced throughout the time we had together here. Yeah, because really enlightenment is not enough until you actually embody that enlightenment, you know. So that's my work, and you can find me here, right here, or you can come and join my collective, which is free on Facebook, the Siren Goddess Collective. And yeah, that's where you can come and play.
I love it. I love it. What are your big dreams for your business?
Ooh. My biggest dream right now is to really, really make an impact in a way that allows women to know that they do not need to fear the darkness, to fear the void. You know, like the whole idea of slow living, but also taking truly aligned actions. There is something in Taoism that is said that is called Wu Wei or called non-action or non-doing. I want every woman to have that. I want every woman to know that you exist as that vortex of stillness. And when you take actions, it's truly aligned and it's perfect. And you don't need to chase. Again, going back to that, you don't ever need to chase. That's the beauty of it.
That's great. What would be some advice that you'd give to women who are coming into their own, working on their triggers,
Mm.
um, and kind of getting frustrated with the process of the length of time it's taking?
You know what? I'm just going to put it out there. I've been there myself. I've been there for a long time. And looking back, I would absolutely say go and get the help and support that you need because mentorship was really one thing that really changed my entire life. I was able to move through things faster and I was able to really see why it was happening for me and I would not be sitting here now if I did it on my own. Let's just put it that way. So absolutely reach out, get the support that you need. And honestly, you collapse time with that kind of investment that you put in because you're gonna really elevate your state of mind in a big way as well. So absolutely do that.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've really come to recognize over the last few years is exactly what you said, collapsing time. That's exactly how it feels. Because I
Yeah.
think of like how much time it would have taken me just to learn it by myself and how much time people are actually putting into, hey, let me sit down today and read a book
Yeah.
on X, Y, and Z versus just sitting down, investing in the money, sitting down with somebody who's an expert in that arena that can take you to that point or that idea or that thought or that trigger immediately and start working on it because they know the tactics of which how to do that. Um,
Yes.
does it shrinks time
Yes.
100% because then it's done and then you can just keep moving
Yeah.
forward in the journey, in the passions that you're supposed to be taking on. Totally.
Exactly.
100%. Well, this was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much. Thank you
much.
so much for being here. I appreciate you. I
I
appreciate everything
appreciate
that you
you.
are doing. And I so appreciate you hanging out with me and the audience today to teach them, some of the things that you are learning and going through and embracing in your life in order to help us do it better than the way that we were previously doing it. So for those of you that resonated with LiYing and everything that she was speaking about today, make sure you contact her at her website. I'm sure all of her social media and all of that jazz is at her website at whenstillwatersspeak.com for those of you that are watching on audio. And her stuff will be in the description below, so you guys can contact her and reach out as you like. So thank you so much for joining us here on the Her Version podcast. This community is expanding every single day and is filled with females who are striving to do better than they did yesterday. For those of you that are new to this podcast and like content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow, like, and share. If you have an amazing story to share of struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here sharing a platform that allows people to share their truth and inspire others.